Hi DPS 5th graders, we are here for our first lesson of our module regarding the essential question, how does a poet's use of structure and language allow them to convey their voice and message? Today's learning target is that I can determine the meaning of words and phrases as they are used in text and recognize how those word choices contribute to meaning and tone. Alright, so please remember that you can always pause and rewind as you need so that you can have appropriate understanding. We will be working through a poem together, so you'll probably need to pause as we go in order to make sure that you have all of the appropriate notes. And on that note, make sure that you have something to write on and write with. Alright, so of course we know that we read to learn, but when we're reading poetry, we're reading to learn that message that the poet is conveying, okay? And the poet can convey this through their use of structure and language. Today we're going to be reading Emily Dickinson's Hope is the Thing with Feathers together, and then you'll be reading the new Colossus for your assignment. We're going to be determining the meaning of some words and phrases, and then using that knowledge to analyze the overall tone of a poem. All right, so we're going to be working with this graphic organizer together, so go ahead and make sure that you have paused and have gotten this down. Again, make sure that you pause and get this down, and then come on back to us when you're ready. So let's go ahead and start by reading the poem. So Hope is the Thing with Feathers. Again, go ahead and pause and make sure that you've read it. And let's go ahead and look at that first thing. So Hope is the Thing with Feathers. So we see that she starts not only as the title, but starts right here. So Hope is the Thing with Feathers. When I'm trying to determine the meaning, I can go ahead and use what I know about words. I might need to use a dictionary at times. Then I can use clues as well. So I see immediately with feathers, I'm thinking about birds. And that's backed up because she compares it to perching and to singing. Okay, so I know that she's comparing hope to a bird. And what's that connotation? Connotation is the tone. So what's the feeling that's being given? Well, it's contemplative, right? She's thinking about hope and she's comparing hope to a bird. All right, sings the tune without the words. All right, so right here is down here, sings the tune without the words. So this bird is continuing to sing the tune, never stops at all, and just keeps on going. So what's the meaning of that? Well, the hope or the bird sings the tune of hope without words, and it's positive. That bird is singing that tune of hope. It never stops. Again, make sure that you're pausing to get this down. The last one, yet never in extremity, it asked a crumb of me. So when I'm looking at that, that's at the very bottom of my poem in stanza 3. Remember, this would be stanza 1, stanza 2, stanza 3, and then each of these is lines. So this is line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Quick review of poem structure. All right, so never in extremity, it asked a crumb of me. So she's noting that she's heard this song at lots of times in the chillest land on the strangest sea. So she's hearing this song of hope a lot, yet never is this bird or hope asking anything of her. It's not asking for anything in return. So hope never asked anything of her. And the connotation is a grateful one because hope has given her a lot and has never asked for anything in return. Again, make sure that you're pausing as you need to get this down. So going back to our overall learning target for today, now let's think about, we know the meaning of these words and phrases. So now, how do they contribute to the meaning and tone of the overall poem? So, looking at this overall at our overall graphic organizer, I have like thinking, I have positive, I have grateful. So overall, I have like a positive connotation thinking about how hope is. So what would be the tone of this poem? Well, the tone would definitely be one of like thinking or contemplation, and would also be one of being grateful, right? So again, talking about how never asked for extremity, and probably we could also say a tone is hopeful, right? Not only is this about hope, but talks about how it will never stop, and that sweet as in the gale, it is heard. So again, we used those tones and connotations of those phrases to find our overall tone and meaning of our poem. All right, so you're going to complete this graphic organizer for your assignment for the lesson. It looks just like our last one. And the graphic organizer and the poem can be found on the next page in your Canvas module. So go ahead and head on over there when you are ready.